Week 2, day 1 of the Champions League matches have concluded with a bunch of high score lines from Real Madrid, Atletico, and Bayern Munich, and almost some upsets. So here we're going to go through each a single game and go ahead with my thoughts of how each team performed and my expectations were. Today's matches will be starting pretty much soon, but I'm going to go off from yesterday. This is not yesterday's. There we go. Atalanta and Club Brugge. I did have Atalanta winning. I think I said 3-1 or 4-1. It was 2-1. Atalanta has a bunch of injuries. Club Brugge, they were taking the lead, and up until a last-minute goal from Pasalic. And, Club Brugge, for me, they're such an underrated team. They looked really well against top teams last season during the group phase of the Champions League. And I honestly thought that, going towards to the end of the game, I really thought that Club Brugge was going to have it. Atalanta, they got a penalty and Pasalic with a last-minute header. They were able to get the lead and win the game. Lookman, Krozovic, De Roon, Ederson, new formation Atalanta used, and honestly they looked pretty decent. But I didn't really watch that much of this match because the main match I was focused on was the Real Madrid match, and I made a whole video just about this match in particular. But the first 20 minutes, I think Almaty looked better. And then Real Madrid started getting the groove of things, and but either way, if you're going against a team against Karl Almaty, you have to do your best. You have to score more than 4 or 5 goals, and that's what I was, that's what I was hoping for. A lot of people after that beating against Atletico, Real Madrid needed something to step up with, and this is the game where sure it's not a top team, but you got to get your confidence back up, and see how you go from there. But as a whole, I think Madrid 100% could have had more goals. A few misses, straight just shots at the keepers, but I think Arda was 100% probably Madrid's best player besides Mbappe. The second Rodrigo came in, huge difference. I really liked the Brahim Diaz and Rodrigo Camavinga substitutions because those worked out really well for Real Madrid. And I think Rodrigo looks better than Vini. But, but you expect this from Madrid. I'm surprised they had a lot of chances. It's just... And this wasn't the lineup that I was expecting for Real. I thought they were going to play more bench players. I mean, they did, with changes like Asensio, Alaba, Fran Garcia, Ceballos. But I thought there's going to be a Lunin, a Gonzalo Garcia, maybe a Brahim starting, maybe, anything more bench. But if that was the case, who knows if Real Madrid would have not conceded in the first half. Atletico Madrid back-to-back wins finally for Spanish Giants. Raspadori gets one, Norman, Griezmann. I did say they were going to win. I think I said 3-1. Pretty much everyone in there in attacking wise scored, and Norman with a header there. And yeah, Let's Go been looking way better since the beginning of the season. I mean, still we're really early on, but Let's Go has been performing miles better, and it's something we like to see. With the talent, for me, I'm a huge fan of what they did this summer, and they have the talent. They just needed to find their rhythm, and I think from now on they are. Frankfurt is a decent side here. Uzan, Kanouf, young German talents. I mean, Uzan is Turkish, but just a bunch of good young talented players. The new striker. But yeah, Let's Go really handed it to them with a 5-1 win. That's pretty impressive after such a slow start to the season. This one was just wild. I saw 2-0 going on Hagi. What two amazing goals, honestly. Hagi just amazing. He deserves a nice move somewhere. And then Van de Ven gets a header and an own goal. Such a shame from Gunderson. It wasn't really his fault. They tried to clear it and then they hit him and it went in. Goalie couldn't really do anything about that. But yeah, it's a shame really. It's such a good performance from Bodo Glimt, especially at home. And Tottenham just really need to figure out. the talent and the big money stuff they did this summer. Um, you can't be really tying it losing to a team from Norway or Denmark, wherever they're from. They brought in Kudus, Simons, Paulinho, Archie Gray. Archie Gray is the one. At first, it was Richarlison's goal, so he didn't get the assist, but he was the one that made up the cross. Chelsea and Benfica, Richarlio's own goal, Joao Pedro, red card. I don't know much to say about Chelsea. They, that huge loss against Bayern. I feel like they needed a step up, and it just wasn't the case. They won, sure, but they didn't. A lot of people I know weren't happy with the performance that they displayed. So, they have the players really to do. I'm not sure why Mark Yu didn't start on the bench again. I feel like, but I don't know why you recall him from loan. He could be getting game time in Sunderland, but he wants to use George, doesn't do anything, and I think you should give Mark Yu a shot. I know he's not allowed to play cup games because I think he already played one and scored one for Sunderland, but I think you should be playing. Liverpool got a Galatasaray. This is disappointing. Liverpool got a VAR called off pen, but Liverpool, if they keep on looking like this, they're winning. They're first in the Prem. They've only lost 2 games, but man, or lost 3 games, whatever. But man, they look really not like how they were last year. Like complete different. And what I think you should do is, bench Verts, go original how you had before. Start Bradley right back. Isak, Salah. I wish they kept Luis Diaz. They really sold him. Have Gakpo on the left. Dominic, Maka, and Gravenberch. The same thing as last season. See how it goes because this year is not looking not looking like jeez, I'm tired. How they were last year. Ektige, I heard Verts another underperforming. Dominic and Frimpong switch positions, which was just weird. Not sure why. Sure, Frimpong's more attacking, and Dominic has been doing his job at right back, but Allison got hurt really early onto the game. Towards the end of the game, Liverpool just had chance after chance, but they just couldn't. They couldn't get it. They had that penalty called off. But yeah. Inter, Slavia Prague, and Marseille, I had both of them winning. I think I did say a tie for this. No, I don't remember. But Marseille, Inter. Inter went huge. I said they're going to win 3-0. I'm just going to fast forward. And then these 2 games here, or this game here, I expected this. I said Bayern was going to win 5-0. Something. Goals by, I said Harry Kane. I said by Olise. I didn't say Jackson or Guerrero. I said Luis Diaz, but Nicholas Jackson got a goal and assist. Good for him. Jeez. And the bench came in, Serge Gnabry and all of that. I have Bayern as favorites to win. For me, they have really such a strong attacking team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't win.